Hello guys, today I'm talking about the Blu-ray sales, and yep, not really much has changed because there's no new movies coming out. So yep, there's not really many difference in the top 10 either. Only one new movie, which is a re-release of Jaws on 4K. And for some reason, Parasite then is not selling well on 4K. That came out on 4K as well on the same week. But again, it got over. Again, Parasite was a movie that was released on 4K when the movie came out. I don't know why they waited until June to release a movie on 4K. But yep, number one and number two have stayed. No, number one, number two have stayed the same. Onward is still not doing well on Blu-ray, which is not surprising. Even with the Disney logo and the Disney cover, we're protecting it. It still isn't selling. Onward is not selling. The Invisible Man is at number two. It has sold 49,000 copies. Sonic is still number one as well. It has sold 375,350 units on Blu-ray, and Birds of Prey is not as surprisingly still on the list. It's surprisingly still in the top 5. Justice League Apocalypse War is having decent rigs. Call of the Wild is having decent rigs as well. Rise of Skywalker actually went up 27% to number 8 and has sold 1.55 million copies. Bloodshot is having pretty good rigs. The Watchmen, the HBO version, not selling on Blu-ray, not surprising because it's garbage. Bad Boys for Life is selling pretty well. For Blu-ray, it hasn't really changed. Same thing with Bloodshot and Call of the Wild. When it's below 10%, that means that it hasn't really changed at all. Top Gun has dropped 90% because it got a 4K re-release and a Blu-ray re-release. Yep, 1917 selling pretty well. Actually got an increase. Same with Knives Out and Jumanji: The Next Level. All three movies had a massive increase in Blu-ray sales. So yep, 1917, Knives Out, and Jumanji have been doing pretty well over the past months. Midway, this is surprising people, okay? Midway it has actually passed 1 million copies on Blu-ray, okay? It has passed 1 million copies on Blu-ray and DVD, which is a movie that, flopped and was hated by critics, but apparently critics, of course, their opinions are stupid anyway. They'll call Booksmart a masterpiece, but Booksmart can't even push 100,000 copies in 1 year. Even in Black Friday, which Booksmart's considered a masterpiece, but no one's buying it. So what masterpiece is it if no one's buying it? Hobbs and Shaw is selling pretty well, with of course Fast and Furious is incredibly overrated. Dark Fate surprisingly reappears in the top 20 movies, and A Good Place, a complete series, and Mr. Robot, the complete series, went up on sales. Yeah, Mr. Robot, is a TV show that is considered pretty underrated by many people, and yeah, it's considered to be a pretty underrated TV show, especially compared to other newer TV shows out there. And A Good Place is another TV show that has gone up in sales. And yep, we have the top selling videos and movies of the year. I'm not gonna make it a separate video, but yeah, Midway sold 1 million copies on Blu-ray, and we have other new things like Sonic nearly in the top 15. Bloodshot outselling Gemini Man. And of course, we have the ever so decline of Little Women, which is not really selling as well. It's being sold worse than Doolittle, which is sold way worse than Doolittle, which is Robert Downey Jr. making really awful jokes in the movie. It's still outselling Little Women, which is a movie that was excoriated by the Oscars. If you want to see proof that the Oscars are just stupid anyways, okay? Little Women is selling worse than Doolittle. Sonic is selling better than Onward, which Onward will probably get best for animated feature. Won't be surprised because the Oscars can always give it to Pixar for some weird reason. There's also Soul. It's probably either Onward or Soul that will win best animated feature because of course they have to be biased towards Pixar. But yeah, even if the best animated movie feature comes out, okay, there's only very few times where actual good animated movie gets best animated movie like Spider-Man, Spider-Verse, but nope. It's usually just Disney and Pixar because Disney and Pixar can just pay off the Oscar people to give the garbage movies like, Toy Story 4, best animated feature when it's not deserving of it, when Klaus really sort of won best animated feature. But yep, we also have it here. Midway passes 1 million copies, which means it's one of the very well movies in modern day to sell 1 million copies on Blu-ray and DVD. That is actually a very big achievement for a movie, and especially Lionsgate, and especially considering the critics say, "Ooh, the movie's gonna be one of the biggest flops of the year." Okay, no, it's gonna be one of the biggest flops. They said the movie's gonna lose like $200 million or something. It only lost like $50 million, I think, but it still was a loss of money. But even then, the movie still is outselling Dark Fate. It's still outselling, you know, Little Woman, which is a movie that was, played by the Oscars, and yeah, if we were going to look at Blu-ray sales, it's the movies that people want to see over again. Yeah, Midway is outselling Dark Fate, which made it back into the top 10 because it got sales updated, which now is in the top 10. It still does not compete Zombieland ever, but yeah, unless it carries those rigs like 30,000 copies a week and it's outselling Zombieland like 2,000 copies. But yeah, we have it down here. Pyramid is still in the top 100, but not Hustlers or Charlie's Angels, which is not surprising because both movies suck and they're not going to sell because nobody wants to watch either of those movies, especially Hustlers, which was a movie that was really popped up by the critics like Booksmart, but nobody really liked it. It was selling abysmal on Amazon. 1913 is going to sell 1 million copies. It's having pretty good ratings on Blu-ray, which is not surprising. It's actually one of the only few Oscar movies that actually are selling pretty well alongside Joker. Someone was saying that Joker was the last good story, but nope, 1917 came out as well. People forget that movie came out as well. 1917 is not woke at all. Or even the Sonic movie is not really that woke. Unless you like got the Friends right, and yeah, those people don't even watch movies anymore. They just watch, very old movies, as well. So, yep, we can't wait till the week after this week when Gone with the Wind reaches its charts, which it will, considering the backlash of HBO Max and stuff. So that's basically it. Goodbye.